Okay, so I'm gonna do another reaction video. So this is gonna be a reaction to uh huge YouTube change just ruined many channels by penguinz0 or critical as most people call him. So I was gonna watch this video without my reaction, but I decided to just do it. Although I did watch a little bit of the video though, but I figured I would just show my own reaction. So yeah. Oh wait.
Everything you're doing right now, I don't care how important it is. I have news that'll blow it out of the water. And
I
trust
guess
me,
my
you're gonna
viewers
want to
should
get
know
this sitting
what's
down.
going on
So if you're
too.
in the operating room watching this, it's time to put down the scalpel and pay attention. YouTube has just made a massive change to the platform, and in standard YouTube fashion has done a horrible job at communicating it to the community. So it's up to me, Ace Reporter Charles here, to tackle this topic from the front lines, just riding through like Paul Revere lighting the lanterns, letting you all know that another awful set of changes are coming to YouTube.
Every new update is just bad.
Tanked some creators' source of income from their channels, demonetized like half of their videos with no explanation, and more channels are soon to follow as this continues to roll out. And I'll let it be known right away here that yes, my channel has been hit extremely hard by this new shadow policy that they've slid into the equation here. The policy is if you say any swear word or anything less than proper in the first 8 seconds of a video, you instantly get demonetized for it, no matter what.
That's so stupid.
If you say anything that's not squeaky clean, Weenie Hut Jr., and you let that rip in the first 8 to 15 seconds.
Good grief. That means like channels like Billy Bob Tanley would be flipping demonetized in the first 8 seconds because literally at the very start of the video, he always puts it, the not for kids warning by saying like, warning, this effing video is not for kids. I mean, to be fair, he's already demonetized, so yeah.
Seconds of that video, well, you're just getting blasted, and there's nothing you can do about it. Now, to a lot of you, hearing that's probably not surprising because the previous policy that all YouTubers were playing ball with was the first.
Yeah, every new policy is just garbage.
You couldn't say anything super hard like fuck. Because if you did, you'd likely get demonetized. But now, it applies to the first 8 seconds, and all profanity is being treated equally, except for a couple of exceptions, like hell and damn, I guess.
Well, yeah, hell and damn aren't that bad of words.
Squeeze a little ass in there in the beginning, I suppose, if the YouTube Illuminati is feeling generous with their policy enforcement that day. Now, while that's all pretty clear about just not using any profanity whatsoever in the first 8 seconds, it gets a little muddy when it starts talking about a focal usage of profanity throughout the video. It says, such as a mention in every sentence. That's not exactly how they enforce it. For a lot
That's
of
so dumb.
Demonetized, at least on my side, it's not like I'm going around hitting them with like Saints Row dialogue. It's just very confusing what's actually triggering this new demonetization wave that's sweeping through like a plague.
I don't even plan on monetizing my videos anyway, so you're not gonna see my channel get demonetized in the future.
And unhinged and saying profanity in every sentence like this policy here, and yet so many of his videos just got demonetized. And he's also not someone that does a whole lot of cursing and swearing like a sailor in the first like minute of his videos either. So it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. It's not as clear as these rules seem to think that it is. Also, this rule applies retroactively to every piece of content ever made, even as far back as like 2007. So, like, half of my catalog of videos is now demonetized.
Good grief. YouTube just gets more stupider and stupider as the years go on. Every single time they get a new policy or something happens.
But it's very vague when it comes to the enforcement here. Let me give you just 2 quick examples from 2 new videos I made. Both of these were monetized as of 12 hours ago. So this first one is just called Good News. It is legitimately just going over very wholesome topics. The focal point is not on swearing.
Well, you got the limited ad stream.
Kind of video. It's just going over wholesome topics. But in the intro, I said shit pretty early. This week's been pretty doom and gloom with a lot of awful shit coming to light all across the internet. So me saying shit here is clearly what triggered the demonetization flag. Okay, a little upsetting, but they've now made these rules clear and they're retroactive, so I get it. But here's an example of one that
I don't even cuss at all in my videos.
This is me talking about God
except for
issue 2
a few
being
other
out.
times.
Don't worry, I'm here now. I know for the last few months you've been cold and afraid, the uncertainty eating away at you, wondering what comes next. Well, I'm here to show you what comes next. It's issue 2 of God Slap, baby. I probably don't need to explain what God Slap is. You already know. It's our comic book series that's become more popular than the Bible. There's no profanity at all, not even low-level profanity. I don't mention ass or butt or anything like that at all. I'm just talking about God Slap and getting excited. It's a comic book series we've worked on for a long time, and I made this video just going over everything and letting you all know that it's available at godslapbook.com. This wasn't supposed to be
But he didn't even cuss at all.
Because there is no profanity used throughout this video until 5 minutes and 37 seconds into it after giving a plot summary for issue 1. Rounding Sal, finishing them off with more finger flicks which blow their fucking head off. They share a brief conversation. So what could have possibly triggered this demonetization? Is it using profanity at all that's going to result in demonetization? Because that'd be very concerning.
YouTube doesn't make any sense sometimes.
The best guess I can muster,
all the other video creating site platforms seem so much better every time something like this happens on YouTube, like BitChute, Vimeo, Odyssey, Rumble, Dailymotion, all those stuff.
About the animation, because we had an animation.
I'm not leaving YouTube though, no matter what happens.
Animation, so it comes in at around a minute into the video, and there is some animated gore and
violence. I still think YouTube is the best, but
and again, that's not the focus of it.
In terms of policies,
I wouldn't think
it's just
anyone
not.
would be like disturbed or shocked by the content. It's not anything that's, you know, egregious or over the top. It's just violence in a comic book and animated format. So would that really now result in demonetization for any channel that has anything that's at this level of violence? Because
darn it, YouTube, really man.
Strict. Like what you see there is something you'd find in like any M-rated or even T-rated game sometimes. Like, it's not that extreme. Like, I don't see why that would warrant being demonetized, but it is a bit scary, because this has all happened overnight with no explanation, and it's not just, you know, bad words and things like that. This applies to so much other shit that they're now enforcing heavily. But it's not just for getting a little wacky with your language in videos that'll result in demonetization now. If you're getting a little wacky with your game choice, if you're a gaming YouTuber, you can get demonetized for it, even age restricted in some cases.
Good grief.
If you're playing a game that's kind of violent, you're very
so you don't even need to swear at all, but yeah, you can still get demonetized for playing a violent game.
On in the video you make covering that game, you're likely to be demonetized for it. And in fact, Callisto Protocol.
So I could get demonetized because I played Silent Hill 2 or Mortal Kombat 11.
Was deemed too gory. It's too much. This is very unholy stuff we're seeing here. So anyone that made videos on Callisto Protocol got age restricted for it, including me. A couple of them I know slid under the radar, but for the most part, anything that had Callisto Protocol did get age restricted, which is almost poetic because you might remember that Callisto Protocol is inspired by Dead Space, and Dead Space 2 had the worst marketing campaign of all time called Your Mom Hates Dead Space, and it was all about how offended mothers were getting at Dead Space. It was very silly, but now it's like become reality for YouTube. YouTube is now that Dead Space mom when it comes to violent video games.
Yeah.
It's pretty pathetic, but what's the saddest part
I've
about
never
this
heard of
situation
that before.
YouTube's
Dead Space
refusal to be transparent with this and make it clear that these policy changes are coming. I had to find out, as did everyone else, after being hit by it and then doing digging, because anytime there's a policy change, YouTube treats it like a government secret, like the Krabby Patty secret formula.
Yep, they do.
To share it. So I had to learn by
they take it too far.
Online, talking to other creators, as well as talking directly to YouTube in order to get answers for what was going on. And even my YouTube contact wasn't aware of this until I brought it up, and he did digging on his end. And that is absolutely not any fault of his own. That just goes to show you how split YouTube is internally, where things just aren't communicated effectively, even on the inside. So how the fuck can they possibly manage to inform the community, I guess? It is so laughable. This policy is a game changer for a lot of channels. You have to completely alter your content strategy depending on like what you do. Like if you play like a certain game that can now be deemed a little too violent for ads. Like this is something that changes a lot for many creators. And you have to find out by going through fucking Twitter and then talking to people in whispers on Discord in order to figure out what was happening. That is so pathetic. That YouTube's repeated inability to communicate even their biggest changes to the platform just makes no sense. It just can't be that hard to put out clear documents letting people know what's around the corner and an estimated arrival date. I don't see what makes that so difficult and why they struggle so greatly with it. There was one article I found about this in early December, but of course there was no like set time frame for when this would actually launch, or if it was even really going to launch for sure. Because all of those things are written so vaguely, you never really know what's going to come to the platform and what's not going to. Like, it's just so frustrating to have them constantly make these awful choices without ever.
Honestly, I could get demonetized because I'm wrecked into this, and
but also
Charles is
just not
saying
telling them either.
bad words.
Unfortunately, it's all just another common YouTube L here. I had to unmask the Scooby-Doo villain, and per usual, it was YouTube. So if you're just now figuring this out and wondering why your channel got demonetized over the last 24 hours, I'm sorry I had to be the one to shit out this bad news onto your plate. Would have been a lot more palatable if it came from YouTube's mouth as opposed to my ass, but it is what it is. I am very, very convinced.
This means Markiplier could probably get demonetized. His whole channel demonetized.
Not in any effective manner. So you'll just always
Even Jacksepticeye, because they both cuss and play
so that's a pretty fun thing
like games with violence in them.
On YouTube. And yeah, just wanted to give everyone the little update here since YouTube didn't. That's about it. See ya.
Good grief. That is just, oh my goodness. That is bullcrap. Anya, what do you have to say about it?
I think he's absolutely stupid.
Agreed. Yeah. Anyways. Yeah, so. Yeah, that's my reaction to huge YouTube change. Just ruined many channels by penguinz0. Or critical, whatever you want to call him. Anyways, yeah, someone should probably request this to Billy Bob Tanley, because I feel like he probably should know about this, as with everyone else. I wish I could, but I can't do it because I don't have a bank account just yet, and yeah, my parents won't let me do it so far, because, well, you have to donate, you have to send a donation request on his website in order to do it. You can't just leave your request in the comments below. So, yeah. Anyway, so that's it for this video. Hope you all enjoyed. I'll see you guys next time.